Welcome everyone here. My name is Shar and I'm your hostess today for the Saturday Scoop. I'm coming to you today from Colorado here in the United States, and we're super excited to have you here with us today. If you haven't yet, let us know who you are in the chat and where you're calling in from and who invited you. Please go ahead and do that now. And of course, thank the friend that invited you for sure. I have the privilege and honor today as we kick things off to introduce you to one of the most incredible women I have met in my whole life. We get to do life and have fun here, and I'm grateful because my background is trauma emergency medicine. I was an Olympic athlete and come from the military, so I didn't always learn how to have fun and live with joy. But this is one of the people. She has taught me so much about that. I call her my soul sister. I feel like we've known each other our entire life, but we literally just met in real life for the first time a few months ago. She's got an incredible heart and she calls you to the level of excellence that you were divinely created to have, whether you want to or not. She's a wife, she is a mom, she is a grandma, and just an incredible human being. Please help me welcome none other than Miss Sherry Sharman, all the way from Carlsbad, California, in the United States. Sister, take it away. The floor is yours.
Oh, thank you so much, Shar. And I feel the same about you. For everybody that's on this call, I just want to let everyone know that this is by invitation only. And, when you think about that, somebody cared a lot about you to invite you to this, because this is my favorite call that we do all week because one, it's international. We have people from all over the world on this call. And I want to do a shout out to one of my newest, dearest friends, Mariah in the Netherlands. Hello, Mariah. And she's just had an amazing, we're both teachers. So that's one of our connections. And, when I think about someone invited me to take a look at what you're going to see, but not as great, almost 4 decades ago. And it changed my life. I was a Montessori teacher, loved what I did, but I was a single mom and living in Southern California. I was barely able to make ends meet, and then I was introduced to what you're going to see, and it changed my life. This is something that I'm so excited for all of you to see. For some of you, you may be going, what did my friend get me into? Well, stick around to the end, you'll understand, because there's actually an incredible bonus that we're going to be offering people. We're at the end of August. I cannot believe I'm in here. It's summertime. I can't believe how quickly summer went. I don't know about you, but it just seemed like it just went this fast. And that is why with life, if you don't grab it and hold on to it, sometimes it just passes you by. And that's what we don't want to happen today. So with that, if it's all possible, we love seeing you on camera. My friend Julie in Canada, she can't be on the phone right now because she's driving, but she's listening. So I just want you to all be safe and listen carefully, because the gentleman I'm about to introduce to you, he's not only a co-founder of the company, but he is someone that was one of my students back in the mid-90s. And he was in his early 20s. And I've gotten to watch this young man grow into this monster man in the sense of what he's been able to accomplish since I taught him. He took what I taught him and just from other mentors and everything else and his own talent, he is excelled beyond my wildest dreams. And I'm so proud of him. He's a amazing husband. He's a girl dad. He loves his young girls. And when you really get to see, he's spoken and taught all over the world, but he's on this call to show you why we're so excited about our company. And I'm so proud of him. And I just want to introduce to you my dear business partner and friend, Muzaffar Najfi.
Thank you, and appreciate the kind words. Happy Saturday, everybody! And wow, it's so good to see everyone. Like when I'm looking on camera, I see people from different places. We've got people from Africa that are here. We've got Netherlands that's here. We've got so many different places. Like I'm trying to remember, like all over the United States. India is here. I think we've got Asia on. I think they should be sleeping, but we've got Asia on. We've got, my goodness, it's incredible. So I want to say welcome to all of you. I know that a friend or a family member or a business partner, somebody invited you, as Sherry said, and I'm so excited to be able to go over the information with all of you. And my name is Muzaffar. And before I go into what we're here to talk about, a company which we look at more as a community. And I don't know all the things that you were told. Somebody was excited to get you here, right? And a lot of times people go, well, I heard about business, finance, income. Listen, we will talk about it. And some people go, well, I heard about the Lifestyle Club. We will talk about it. We'll talk about all of it. I'll just share this with you. I grew up in the United States since I was 10. My dad is from East Africa. He's from Uganda. I'm smiling because I've seen that my good friend Martin from Uganda has joined. And I'm excited that my brother Martin Ndiho is here. And that's so great because that's where my father is from, and that's where he grew up. And my mother is from Dubai, and Oman is where my mother's whole family is from. And so I grew up in the United States, and I was told if I want to become successful, go to school. And I got very fortunate to get to university on an athletic scholarship. And my last year in university, I tore everything in my right knee. And if you're new, I mean, that's my story, right? Like you have a story, everyone does. I just don't know if you've ever gone through a situation where you were headed on a path and all of a sudden a big roadblock came and you felt stuck. That was me. That's like I had a dream to play professional sports and it was taken from me. I had a dream of what my future was going to look like. And when I got injured, I just didn't know what I was going to do. Maybe some of you, like I've met people that said, I knew I was going to be a teacher since the time I was little and it happened. Or I knew I was going to be a doctor, since I was 5 and it happened. And I'm so happy for you. I knew I was going to play sports. And when that was done, I remember finishing university, looking for a job, and I couldn't find one. And my friend introduced me to this profession. And I went to an office, and this was before Zooms, right? Like, God, what did we do before Zooms? Like, anybody write letters to each other? Like, did anybody, like, you would write letters and you would wait for, and some of you are young going, who writes a letter nowadays? I'm just saying, like, that stuff really happened. Like, that, and it's funny, like, when I talk with my daughters so I got to tell you all this one. I know this has nothing to do with our company. My daughter was having breakfast the other morning and she's eating cereal. And I go, it's a honey oven oat, it's Honey Nut Cheerios. And my daughter looks at me and goes, what's wrong with you, Dad? And I go, it's Honey Nut Cheerios. And my daughter goes, oh, is that like a jingle? And I forget that they're on so many stuff that they don't watch commercials anymore. And so what does that have to do with our business? Nothing. I figured you'd get me to sing for a quick second. And that was it. We're going to have fun. It's Saturday. If this gives you an idea of what today's going to be like, this is the last Saturday of my birthday month. So I've adopted Sherry's birthday month concept. So August has been my birthday month. It was August 7th. And I'm excited, even though it's coming to an end. I just want you all to know that I'm honored that you're here because I get to share something with you that my friends and I designed and we put together. Have you ever made something, like ever built something and you want people to see it? Or have you ever cooked or baked a cake, or you drew something, or you designed something and you want to see people's faces when they see what you did? That's what I get to do today. But how I got here is I got to go to my first company, which was at an office. And I saw at that time, the company I was joining was the fastest growing privately held company in the United States of America. They were on the cover of a magazine. That company had 400 offices. It was this profession. That company had 400 offices that were working together as one big team in unison. People were helping each other all across the United States. That's what made them number one. Nobody cared about anything but the company. We're going to build this. And the person that designed the one big team concept back then, and helped make those 400 offices, she believed in what was called cooperative marketing. She believed in one big team, and she was the co-founder of that company that was #1 in America. So I went to their convention. There were 13,000 people there. Listen, some of you may have been invited to Ohio. We're going to get to 13,000. We'll have 1,000. I went to my first, which was 13,000 people, and I had the worst seat. I was seat number 13,000, like that guy. There's always that person. It was me. And they introduced the co-founder and the #1 income earner of that company, and the place. If you can imagine 13,000 people clapping for you and cheering, that's what it was like. And I was clapping because everybody else was clapping. I just had no idea what I was clapping for. And so people were cheering. And then the lady came out, and her name was Sherry Sharman. And by the way, her name still is Sherry Sharman because she spoke right before me. And what happened is that I felt like she was talking to me, even though there's no way on God's earth she saw me. There's no way. I was 13,000 people back. Even with, I mean, she has glasses right now, but they're not super glasses, Sherry. There's no way she saw me 13,000 seats back, but I felt like she was talking to me. And all I wanted to do was work with her. And my brother said, it'll never happen. Like, why would someone like her work with someone like you? Like, why? Like, we don't come from money. There's no way. And I remember going, you watch, someday I'm going to be on stage with her. That's what I said. And my dreams did come true. And for that, Sherry, I thank you. Thank you for the guidance, the mentorship, not only for me, for my wife, for my daughters. And I'm so grateful for you. And so what happened from there, I built several companies in this profession and companies outside of this profession. But today I get the honor and privilege to share this company with you. And the name of it is Viago. And I remember when my business partner actually came up with the name, and he was like, Muzaffar, what do you think? And I was like, that just sounds right. Like, it sounds right, because via means the way and the path, and go means to go. And then when he showed the logo, I was like, oh my gosh, look at that. It's brilliant. And the arrow is tilted up and to the right. We want to take people up into the right place, the right path, the right direction, the right way. And we want people to go. And so I want to explain that. Like, that was, to me, it was brilliant right away. And I'm like, oh my God, this is destined for greatness. And what happened is that my first business partner is a gentleman that created a phenomenal skincare company. He opened 900 stores. It was a luxury brand, 900 stores in 40 countries, did $3 billion in revenue. My other business partner, the gentleman that came up with the name, Eddie, and his previous business partners created the largest group travel membership company in the world. In 2016, they did over 994 million. And that was not from selling travel. That was from membership revenue. And so they came together with us, and we talked about the future, and we said, we've got to create something that is the biggest win-win. We got to create something that changes lives. Yes, everyone wants to make money, but it has to be more than money. It has to be. It's got to be a win-win. And when we talked about what we wanted, there are 5 needs that people want. Listen, there's so many countries that are on here right now. And I love languages. Like, I got a chance to hear the language of Dutch. I've got a Japanese team. I love when they speak in Japanese. We've got a Filipino team. We've got a Singapore team. We've got a Malaysia team. We've got a South America team. I love hearing Spanish. I love hearing all the languages that I hear. You know, we've got a Hungarian team. I love when they speak in Hungarian. But the thing is all of us around the world, there are 5 needs that we all want. Number 1 is the need for more money. This is research. Everyone around the world has that need. Number 2 is the need for better health. Everyone wants to live longer, healthier. Now, I personally believe those two should be reversed, but that's okay. Number 3 is the need for more travel. Do you know how many people today stare and they dream as they're watching TikTok or as they're watching Instagram or Facebook, and they're staring at people's vacations and lives, and people are influencers that are going places, and people go someday, and people have created bucket lists because they want to go and create that memory. Do you understand? AI is real, artificial intelligence, like it's real, but it'll never replace what it feels like to have your toes touch the sand of a beautiful beach as crystal blue waters lay over your feet on the sand as you're walking onto a beautiful boat with your family and friends and loved ones while the sun is setting. Those memories, those moments, AI will never replace because it's yours. It's real life. So the reason why people don't travel more is they don't have enough time. They're lacking time and they're lacking money. The other thing that I'll tell you is number 4 is the lack of significance. So many people in the world today feel insignificant. So many people are in their 4 walls and they go, why me? And you know what? We want them to be celebrated. We want them to be significant. And number 5 is real relationships. And so I'm excited to show Viago because I believe we solve all of these areas. I've seen it with my own eyes. We pre-launched last July. We launched last October. We opened software in December. And today we're in 46 countries. 46. In this last week, I can't even tell you how many countries I've done presentations for, from India to so many countries around Europe, to Africa, to my goodness, Asia, to South America, I think I've hit every continent except Antarctica, this week, because everybody's asking about, what is it? Tell me about it. I heard about it. My friend said. And so I'm going to start with Club Viago, which is our membership. This is what we market. And I want you all to understand that this is the beginning. We're in phase 1. Do any of you have vision? Vision is the ability to see without sight. And I hope to show you something, and I hope to show you where we're going. And I want you to know that this will be a billion-dollar company. Just like in 2013 when I first saw Bitcoin, and it was $238 a coin. And there are people that said it was going to be massive, and the majority didn't believe, and very few believed. It doesn't take the world to believe in something for it to work. It only takes a handful of belief that can create growth. And I want you to know something. Our membership is already spectacular, but it's only in phase 1. So let me tell you what's inside. We do start with travel. Why? It's fun. It's sexy. It's incredible. It's what people want. We partnered with a company that gave us wholesale. So if you can still see my video, there's Priceline, Expedia, Booking.com, and there's us, and we all have wholesale. They mark up, we don't. We give you our wholesale pricing. You will save. So the minute you become a member, you get a username and password for clubviago.com. When you go in, what happens is the first area you get access to is travel. And you'll save on hotels, cruises, car rentals, homes, vacation homes, resorts. And yes, we have flights. I just don't spend a lot of time on there because flights are heavily regulated. So a lot of the websites have similar pricing on flights, but we have it for convenience. Because if our price is the same or better, stay with us for flights, because you'll create these reward credits you can use later. Now, hotels, car rentals, cruises, these things are amazing. So I'm going to show you. This is the public price. By the way, that's not CaesarsPalace.com. Public price is Priceline. It's the discounted websites out there. And then look at our price versus the Pricelines and the Expedias and the Booking.coms. Look at public price. Look at our price. Look at public price. This is Glacier National Park. It's a place people love to go to in the United States that love outdoors experiences. This is New York. This is a 57% savings. This is Italy, right? Here's in euros for my European friends that are there. This is Netherlands. We have people from the Netherlands that are on. I just saw my buddy Mark jump on. Like, we've got people from different countries that are here. My buddy, my friend Gigi's here. She's in the Netherlands. Like, we've got people everywhere that are here. Here's France. This is a 35% savings. This is Greece, a 53% savings. I think you understand it. We've got hotels and car rentals and everything all over the world. Now, this is what starts to separate us. I've had 3 CEOs of companies in this month of August ask me if I will help them build a travel program. And I said, no, you need to come to Viago. And they were like, but Muzaffar, I said, but nothing. If you want what we have, come here. I'm not giving you our secret sauce, which is our community, our culture. Look at the video. That's all us. These are people in Viago. This is not a purchase. That's Austin Great. He had a birthday this month. There's our CEO, Isaac. This is our community, ladies and gentlemen, that you're looking at. And what we've done is we've created one of the best programs in the world. Our escapes are 4- and 5-star resorts. Sometimes we get 4 diamond properties, like this one here is a 4 diamond property. This is in Playa del Carmen. And I want you to understand, oops, I got a little excited, got ahead of myself. Hold on. I wanted to show you the video. There we go. There's the video. And here's what happens. The video you're looking at, that's the actual resort. Inside of this vacation, it's not only the stay at the resort, but you get airport transfer included. You don't have to pay for it. It's included in the price. The welcome reception, it's all inclusive. There's also a sunset cruise. There's discounts. There's a farewell dinner, a phone pool party, a host waiting for you, taxes included. And it's $1,700 if you do this without us, without Club Viago. If you do it and do everything, plus the headaches, plus the contracts, but being a member of this community, it's $850. And the difference is not only is it a lower price, but you will meet people from all around the world that'll be there. You will create real relationships. Now we created a rewards program that brings the cost down even further, because every point that you earn for being a part of this membership, you will get points every month given to you. 1 point equals $1 and you can use those points in this area of vacations. Here's Dubai. This is where half of my family lives. It's beautiful. This vacation normally costs close to $2,000. Our price, $639. After points, $539. Vietnam. People just came back from here in July. Absolutely loved it, right? This is Philippines. I've had so many people that have loved that vacation. Egypt, Thailand. We've done this 3 times already. People go, can you bring it back? Here's Puerto Rico. This is Mexico. This is China. Listen, the point is we're growing. These are new contracts. Portugal, Spain, Germany, Indonesia, Cambodia. And now we're going to be adding flights starting from the UK for places like Gran Canaria. Look at this beautiful area. These vacations that we're designing, we're making it better and better and better. Now, category number 3 is escape your way. That means we will design it the way you want. This is a wonderful couple, Janie and Raymond, dear friends of mine. And they've been successful in their life. They joined Club Viago and they said, hey, we want to help kids build schools. Can you do a vacation with that? So we partnered with a program they recommended called Hug It Forward. And now every year, this vacation will be available to all of Viago, all of us. And you can go here and go on vacation. And then a couple of days, you'll spend building schools for children that would not have a school without you, I love this program. And we can design vacations for getaways, for anniversaries, for couples retreats, like you name it. I have a lady in Singapore named Lillian that's an author of a book, and she does women empowerment boot camps. The next one she's doing is going to be in the Philippines that we're designing. There's so many things that we do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to give you a brief overview. Now, this is our telemedicine. It's access to a doctor that's licensed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Can I tell you this? AI is great. ChatGPT is great. Google is great, but they're not doctors. They're not doctors. I'm just saying, like, having a licensed doctor is incredible. I've used this many times for my daughters. It's been phenomenal. Now, is it in all of the countries that are on this Zoom? I don't know. I'll get the list. I will let you know. Right now, we're in 35 countries with this program. The next one is for the United States. It's the insurance for health insurance. So many people in the United States don't have health insurance, so the telemedicine access to a doctor is phenomenal. That's one reason why people have this membership. The other is for people that do have health insurance. Use us. Our partner will save you 20 to 60%. Now, if you're outside the United States, listen, do you have friends in the United States? If you do, show them this membership. We will change their life by all the money we will save them. My friend Patricia was paying almost $600 a month for health insurance. Because of us, she's paying around $250 a month. The next area is our daily deals. This is access to 1 million retailers. And you will save from everything from movie theaters to clothes to furniture to cars to, I mean, you name it, to sunglasses, to things for your pets and so much more. Car insurance. My mom and dad have been with State Farm for 40 years. They raised my mom and dad's car insurance. My dad's turning 81. My mom's 77. How dare they do this? Thank God for Club Viago. I saved them $800 a month. $800. This right here is my friend Jared. Jared took his family, to the movie theater. And he said, look at the difference Mazaffer in Atlanta for 2 tickets, 1 popcorn, 2 drinks is $74. He said, Club Viago, $32. This is Lindsay. She sells houses. She puts appliances in houses. And she said, the money I saved with Viago was way more than my real estate discount. And then she talked about, she went to the Phoenix Open. There's so many events. She saved over $1,000, by the way. We have so many events. Event after event from comedy shows to sports to F1 Formula Racing. And then this is our marketplace. There's great products in here. We have one that just sold out. If you guys didn't get recovery, I don't know what to tell you. Don't worry, there's a new shipment coming, but my goodness, our products sell out fast. And then we're trying to keep them on because you order and then people buy things that are good faster than you can even imagine sometimes. Now, this is the recap, but can I give you a better understanding of our recap? If you use this membership just in 10 areas, from 1 booking engine trip to 1 vacation to 1 product to switching your health insurance to 1 movie every other month to like telemedicine just twice a year, your car insurance, pet food, going to restaurants, you're going to save $5,000 to $7,000 for the year. Can I tell you something? It will cost you more money not to have Viago. No Viago, more money. Viago, save money. No Viago, more money. Viago, save money. No Viago, more money. That's what's going to happen in people's lives. If you don't talk to the people that you know, they're just wasting money. Just think of that. Every time you see someone, whether you see someone as you're walking outside or you're driving and you're in rush hour traffic, look at all the cars around you and go, oh my God, you're wasting money. You're wasting, like everywhere you look, they're wasting money. They are. It's just a fact. It's what's happening because they don't have us. Because people are buying this anyway. So what is the cost of this membership? It should be a few $1,000s to start. Timeshares cost 30, 40, 50,000. And they don't even give you 1/100th of what we offer. This membership is $450. That's the launch pad. That is just the setup. And what we do is not only do we set up your membership and you have access to everything, guess what? We give you 600 points. Do you remember? 1 point equals $1. Like, do you know why I'm so excited to present this? Because we give so much value. We give more than what people give us. when that's what you're doing, you can present with excitement and a smile all day long. Now, I know that our membership is stronger in certain markets, and we have other markets that we're still developing, but we are developing them. We're working on them. If you're in a country where you're the first, congratulations, you're a pioneer. Do you know where you're going to be in the next year to 2 years because you came early and you said yes and you see where it's headed? 600 points. My friend said, Muzaffar, I give 450. You're giving me $600 back. How? And I said, we figured it out. We figured it out. It's an algorithm. We figured it out. And my friend said, this is amazing. Every month to maintain the membership, it's $99. And we give you 100 points every month. My other friend said, wait a minute. I'm not even spending money then, Muzaffar. I feel like I'm just putting it into a travel savings account and I can use it later. Man, that's brilliant. I said, it gets better. I said, after 12 months of loyalty, we will give you a gift. I have friends that just used this gift in Europe and they called me and sent me messages going, it was unbelievable. Some people take the 7-night getaway. Some people want the European dine-and stay, which is unlimited traveling in Europe. Oh my gosh. Some people want an extra 1,000 Viago points because they love our escapes so much. It's your choice. That's our membership. That's what we market. Now, can I talk business? I want to show you how. By showing this to others, we would rather pay you than do commercials or advertisements or pay-per-click or any of that stuff. We would rather pay you. And there's 5 ways that we earn an income. I used to get paid one way. If I worked, I made money. If I didn't work, I didn't make money. Do you know how many people live that way? Doctors, nurses, engineers, lawyers, teachers, construction workers. So many people, if they work, they make money. If they don't work, they don't make money. Why not have a second income that you can build that's residual? Do you know all the wealthy people in the world have more than one income source? They have multiple businesses. Why not you and me? If you have a job or career that you love, why not have a second income? Even if it takes you part-time, a year, 2 years to build this. Some of you are going to go more aggressive time, and that's okay. I did. I'm all in. I'm full-time. You don't have to be. But what if over the next couple of years, we can show you how to replace your career income? You can still stay at your career, but now you can do it out of passion and not out of need for paying your bills. Listen, the 5 ways we get paid, I'm going to spend time on 2. The first is a direct bonus for everyone you refer, and you'll receive $100 every person that becomes a member that does the launch pack. $100. So 2 people, 200, 5 people, 500, 10 people, 1,000. Sherry and I met a gentleman that she actually introduced me to. I wouldn't have met him if it wasn't for her. So she said, I want to call Jerry Robert. And this guy's one of the biggest book publishers in the world. He did all the marketing behind the movie that was called The Secret. He's amazing. Sherry called him and he got so excited. His first presentation he did for his contacts, his friends, there were 24 people on and 20 joined. That's 2,000. Some people just introduce 1 a month and they earn 100 a month. After you get to 6, your membership starting month 7 is now free. So 6 will help you earn $600. And then the 7th month, your membership is free. My friend said, wait. I don't want a free membership. Like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, if I pay the membership, I get the 100 points. And after 12 months, I get the gift. I said, stop. I said, when your membership is free because you brought us 6 people, you still get the 100 points every month and the gift after 12 months for paying nothing. He said, oh man, like, let's go. I got to get my 6. Everyone I show this to wants their 6. And we have promotions running in different parts of the world. And the person that introduced you can tell you what's working in your country for a promotion right now to end August. But I'll tell you this, Warren Buffett, who created the biggest sales team, he recruited and recruited and recruited in real estate, and then got those people to recruit and got those people to recruit and created Berkshire Hathaway from people recruiting people. So why not look at what somebody did and do what he did? Except we don't have to spend millions of dollars to create a real estate platform. We can get started with $450 and a $49 registration and build a team all around the world, just like he did. Because he said, if you don't make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. We want you to have a team that when you're sleeping, they're waking up and showing Viago. So what if you had 5 people on the left team and 5 on the right? You introduced one who introduced one, who introduced one, like, it's that simple. But you'll introduce more than one. I introduced 40 my first day, 17 said yes, 23 said no. And that's okay. They actually said not now. That's, I don't care. And the reason I don't is I don't need everyone to say yes. I'm not here to convince people. If you have to convince someone to join, you have to convince them to work. I want people that want it. I would love everyone to say yes. Like, I want all of you to be a part of this community. I'm just not going to force people to do it. I want people to be excited to travel, be around people, have fun, be healthier, create a community, earn an income, have a vibrant life. So when you get to 1010, your income jumps to $200 a month. And that's everybody maintaining the membership. Do you know how nice it is to know that every month you have $200 coming in no matter what? When it gets to 25, you're at $500 a month, every month, as long as those people maintain the membership. 50/50 is 1,000. That's 12,000 a year. What if that's all we did is help you finish that before this year ends? In 2026, you earn $12,000 for the work you did in 2025. In 2027, 28, 29, as long as people keep the membership, you're receiving 1,000 a month, 12,000 a year. But it gets better. When you get to 100, like my friend Martin that's here, man, I'm so proud of him for finishing that in 4 months. And his team is growing. Emerald, and I hope he'll be able to share his story. Great guy. 250 is 5,000 per month. What if it takes us 1 year to help you get that done? My friend Helen did it in 8 months, but what if it takes you a year? What if it takes you 2 years? That's 60,000 a year. Residual. There's so much here, but just know, just because you join, money doesn't go into your account. Just like if you join a gym, muscles don't jump on your body. Look, we pay commissions through a digital wallet, and then you can transfer it to where you need to. We have an online training system, and we have a live training platform. The online training system to me is a must. I promise you, everyone I talk to needs to be a part of Inner Circle. Everybody, like everybody. And then our live events to me is also a must. I think everyone should be there. For the United States, we have the one coming on September 12th, 13th, 14th in Ohio. Then we have Colombia, South America, end of September. Then we have Barcelona, Spain, beginning of October. Then we have Zimbabwe, Africa, beginning of November. So listen, as I'm wrapping this up today, I just want you to hear from a couple of people that have joined us. And I'm so excited for the results that are happening all around the world. And I'll tell you right now, is my friend Martin available? I don't know if he's available because I don't know if his internet allows him. We'll see. But in the meanwhile, I see my buddy Willie. Willie, would you mind sharing your story real quick, my friend? I love your story, brother. If possible. I know he's trying to unmute. I got you. Does that help? If I click that, there we go.
There we go, brother. I appreciate that. Hey, everyone. My name is Willie Myers. I reside out of Woodstock, Georgia. I'm a retired government employee. I've been blessed enough to be part of this since its inception. The trips are real. The savings are real. You saw what Ms. Offer was showing you. But I want to share with you why I chose Viago. Look at many of the people that you see on this screen. We have an amazing community. We have a group of people that they want to surround themselves around you to help you, get to where you want to go. I say that because it'll be 11 years next month where I was critically injured overseas. Woke up from a coma, was told that I was never going to walk again. And that was a life that I was looking at. But I got a chance to get my head wrapped around something that you're seeing right now. I got a chance to surround myself around a group of people who believed in me. So I made the decision. I made the decision not to allow my disability or my situation to be in a position where I couldn't do Viago, but made Viago the reason why I should do this. And so I went to work. Since then, I've hit my Club 6, so I've got a free membership. I've reached the second level of residual income. So I'm saying this, so I'm not sure exactly what you may be going through. If there's some type of setbacks that you think that you can't do this, I'm here to tell you. Okay, it's all about making a decision. And once you do that, surround yourself around us. Okay, we're either going to get you to our event so we get a chance to see you crossing the stage as you reach your goals, or we're going to see you at some of our beaches at one of our amazing escapes. But either way, come on board. And I would look forward to seeing you then. Ms. Offer, appreciate you allowing me to share.
Thank you, my friend. And Willie often talks about that, because of his limited mobility, that he has to use a stylus sometimes in his mouth to take notes. And I'm so proud of you, Willie, for doing that. And so many people would say, if I would have did this before I got injured. And Willie could live in that thought, like, if I would have had this before I got injured, I would have been here or I would have been there. He doesn't live in the past. And he doesn't make it an excuse of why he's not successful. Willie, I'm so proud of you, man. And when you walked across stage, we were all jumping for joy. And I can't wait for you to get your next promotion. And I'm honored that we become friends, man. And I'm excited for everything that's happening with you. And congratulations again. The next one that I'd love to go to is my friend Rika. Rika, if you could share your story, that would be absolutely fantastic. Oh, it's not letting you unmute? No worries. Here, how about this? Does that help? There you go.
Yep, there I am. Hold on, I lost you. Hi, I'm Rika Bettino. Thanks, Muzaffar, for the opportunity. I was actually introduced to this company by Sherry Sharman, and I've known her since I was 24 years old, and she's been my mentor for all of these years. So when she called, I was like, of course I will look at whatever you're doing. And first, my husband and I got really excited about the travel because we love her and her husband, and traveling with them sounded amazing. And then we really looked at the business side of it, and I looked at the compensation plan because I'm a numbers person. And when I saw that potentially, see, in real estate, it doesn't matter how much money I make one year. The next year, I have to work just as hard to maintain that income. And I thought, how long can I maintain this? I've been doing it 25 years and I couldn't see how I could ever give up that income. So what happened is very quickly we got our Club 6 and then we became residual earners, and we're so excited about their progress. And we have so many incredible people on our team. And it's funny because so many people go to work with people they don't like. And we're just building these amazing friendships and business partnerships and building together and enjoying life. And we went to Vietnam, and it was absolutely a trip beyond our wildest imagination. It was VIP 100% of the way. And just to be there, we had people coming up that weren't with us, with our community, going, what do you guys do? Like, what group are you? You guys are having so much fun. And they're asking us about how do we get involved? I mean, it's just, you know what? I'm more excited today than the day I signed up. And that says a lot about a company, because the more I learn, the more excited I become. So I hope to see you on the beaches of the world and traveling, and come to Columbus and come meet the owner, come meet the president, come see what the company is about, so you don't one day look back and have some regrets. We hope to see you soon. Thanks so much, Muzaffar.
Thank you, Rika. And listen, everyone, getting started is simple, right? It's the membership, right? And it is the registration for ambassador, $4.99. And I tell people all the time that getting started, it's your decision. You'll never finish a race that you don't start. But then after you start, right, what we're going to do is do what your friend is doing right now. So they introduced you. And once you get started, you lock in a position. And then when they introduce people, they will start to go on your team. And what happens is that benefits you, but it doesn't build your business for you. We still have work to do. Now, you can also do what my brother did, and he waited, and that's okay. I kept going to work. And what ended up happening is when he finally joined, he was thousands of people later. And some people go, yeah, but Muzaffar, better late than never. You're right. But I like the early bird gets the worm. Everybody has a saying. You just got to choose the one that you like. And so whether you're an A, B, or C, we're listen, we want to keep our relationships. Your friend introduced you. They'll do this with or without you. They want to do it with you. And even if you're nervous, just know we'll help you. And A is someone that's I'm in. And just know we're here to help. And even if it's part-time, all in doesn't mean full-time. All in means I'm here. B is a customer. We love our customers. And C, you just need to see it again or have questions, or maybe not now. Doesn't matter. What I'll tell you is get together with the person that introduced you and let them know. For me, when I introduced Sherry, I was so excited for her to just see it. My wife said to call her. And when she saw this, and she said, Muzaffar, I'm all in. It was probably one of the biggest gifts I've ever received after meeting my wife and my kids, is having my mentor see and like what I love. And now she's fallen in love with it. And her and her husband are two of the most amazing people I've met. And Sherry, I'd love it if you could share with everyone why Viago for you, why now? And then today's the Saturday Scoop. So we will go into a training today, but I would love for them to hear from you before we go in that direction.
Absolutely. And thank you, Muzaffar. And I just, Willie, you touch my heart every time you speak. And when you understand this community, ladies and gentlemen, you'll understand why we're so passionate about helping people become successful. And Enrica, she's my mini me, and I just love working with her. Think about if you could choose the people you want to work with and spend time with. Would life be a little different? Would you wake up with that little extra, skip in your step because you get to see people you care and love? And when Muzaffar, when you ask me why, I mean, I have a plethora of answers on that, but the number one is, I have so many number ones, but one of them is being able to be working side by side with you. And the reason I'm saying that first, because we're going to be doing a training here, and I'm going to talk more about why I'm here and the potential that I see. And we're going to talk about that during the training, because on Saturday Scoop, you always have different leaders that are sharing. It just happens this Saturday, which is the last Saturday of the month of Muzaffar's birthday month, that we get to do a training together. Muzaffar and I. So we are going to spend time showing you step by step how this compensation plan works and why, of all the companies I've been with in my career, almost 40 years, why I said yes is because the opportunity not only to change people's lives, but to help them with their finances, to be able to pick the best compensation plan I've ever seen in this industry. He's going to break that down in a very elementary way so that you can understand how you get paid here. So, the thing I want to say before we go into training is you are in the right place at the right time. The thing about it is, it's a decision that you have to make. We're not going to make it for you. We invite you to join us and with our global quest of creating Viago around the world, and we're going to show you how to do that. So if you're on here and you've been in the industry before, you know the potential. If you've never been in this industry before, we want to show you the potential. And that's what I love about this business so much. And, I see my good friend Loretto out there, and I just want to say, I think it's thank you. Is it like this, Muzaffar? Thank you for being here, and thank you for having a guest on. And you think we have such an amazing team of people. And Muzaffar, maybe when you start the training, you can do a little sign language for her and her guests so that you can say hi, because she's just so special. And never would have met her without Zuli, who's on this call, who's very close to Club 6, and we're working on getting her to bronze before the end of the month. And we're going to show you how to do the same thing too. There's still potential to do all this. So with that, like I said, I'm going to go more into my details during the training, but I just wanted to say, if you're a guest on here, stick around. Learn how simple this business is and learn the support that you're going to have with this. And if you're already an ambassador with it, guess what? My head's been down. I've been texting my team that's not on here to get them on there, because I know what this training is going to teach them. So send out a message, get your team on this call. guess this is just a special day because not only do you get to see our company, but you get trained by the best. And that's why I'm so excited you're here. So Muzaffar, I'm gonna turn the call back to you, but do a little sign language. I love when you do that.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, happy Saturday, and yes, for our friend in with Lorado, and this is for her friend. It's nice to meet you. Thank you. And I'm excited that we're expanding into communities. You know, the deaf community is very near and dear to my heart because my uncle, my aunt, my cousins, they all have a challenge with hearing and speaking. And so I've learned some sign language since I was a child. And so helping the community come into Viago is special to me. I met a lady in North Carolina when we were doing a training for Viago, and she's blind. And to see her get promoted was so exciting for me. And for them, they need descriptive words that help them see what we see. And so this opportunity is for everyone, just so you know. And I want you guys to understand something. I'm going to go into training and our compensation plan. My question for you is, and Willie inspired something for me to think about, you know, and also I've got a dear friend of ours that's one of our biggest leaders in the community that is, you know, fighting for his health right now. And he has changed so many lives. And if you pray, I hope that you would pray for our friend Troy Brown, who's an incredible leader, individual, human, friend, father, husband. And he's fighting like you wouldn't even believe. And you know what I love is, you know, when he and I spoke, he was like, Muzaffar, he said, the team that I've been fortunate enough to create here in Viago before this happened, before it happened, Troy is one of our co-founders. Troy is one of the main reasons we have the membership, our compensation plan. He worked together with us. And, you know, I love that he's introduced phenomenal people. And so right now, while he's focusing on his life, his Viago business is growing. You know, when you look at things like that, it makes you realize why some of us do this, because tomorrow is promised to no one when you think about it. And everyone is going through stuff. All of you are on this Zoom. We all are. Everybody has stuff in their life. But I'm going to tell you something, and I hope you receive this. For most of us, our worst day today is better than a lot of people's best days. Like, think about that. You know, you're going through stuff, some of you, for sure. And I want you to understand, you still have the ability to walk. You still have the ability to write, to speak, to chew, to hear, to smell, to see. And I say this because I was taught a long time ago that, Muzaffar, if you cannot be grateful for what you have, you'll never get what you want in life. If you cannot be grateful for what you have, gratitude will bring so many blessings into your life. I'm going to show you a compensation plan and how to build Viago, but it still takes work. Just because you join, money doesn't go into your bank account. You have to go through the work. And some of us aren't doing the work, and it's okay. This is not a punishment, or this is not to reprimand anyone. This is to have a conversation and say, tomorrow is your choice. It has not been written yet. I'm going to show you what tomorrow looks like for everyone. I will give you a visual of what tomorrow looks like. Are you ready? This is what tomorrow looks like right here. This is tomorrow. Can you see it? This is tomorrow. This right here, this blank page is tomorrow. What you write on here, it's up to you. And so many people don't realize that there's a difference between the past and the future. The definition of the past and the definition of the future, there's a one-word difference. And most people don't know that, and it's okay. But from what you say or write down, the past is the actions that you did before that, and the future is the actions that you do after. It's so crazy. And I want you to understand, have you ever met someone that has gone through a challenge and they keep speaking that into existence and they go, well, that just keeps happening to me again and again and again. You just spoke that. It was in the past, but you just spoke it again, and now it's happening in your future. That you're literally speaking into existence instead of letting the past be the past. And what you speak, what you give energy to, and this is how I want to start with everyone right now. I literally, as I was preparing for today, I wanted to sit back and go, what is it that's going to impact our community? And I wrote something down. And when I wrote this down, I thought of all of you, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is so important. And so I hope you write this down. Once you realize the power of your thoughts, you won't just think about anything. You will think with purpose. Once you realize the power of your thought, you won't just think about anything. You will think on purpose. This is number 2. Once you realize the power of your words, you won't just say anything. You will speak with purpose. And once you realize the power of your presence, you won't just be anywhere. You will be where you are meant to be with purpose. With purpose. So listen to me, my friends. We have to change the way that we think. You have the ability right now, you have the ability to create thought. And I want you to understand that this compensation plan excites people, and sometimes it makes people nervous. And that's not the purpose of this. I have a whole video on this. I'm not going to go through the whole video portion of it today because the video covers all the rules and regulations. But I want to show you a few things that over the last week, as I've been showing people, they're going, oh my goodness, I didn't know. Now, why are we going to talk money today? Because money is a tool. It's a tool. It's not the end. It's a means to many ends. It's a means to many ends. You know, last night, as I was doing my prayers, and it was this morning. I prayed right before the sun rises. And as I was doing my prayers this morning, and I was talking about what I wanted, and I hope that you have your own relationship, and I'm not here to get religious. Whatever your relationship is with God, God bless you. I want you to understand that for me, I like having conversations and talking about what my goal is and what I will do with the success that God has given me. And I want you to understand that this is a tool. It's a tool. What would you do with it, right? My friend Jerry Robert was speaking to a young lady the other day, and he was really focused on the why. He said, I know so many people in our industry talk about how important the why is. And Jerry was like, I know sometimes people think it's hokey. like that, the why. He goes, but do you know how real it is? He goes, if people can really connect, and Jerry, I'm so proud of you, my friend. He said, if people can really connect with their why, and we've talked about this, if you can really connect with why you're doing this, some of you have children, some of you don't. Some of you have elder parents, some of you don't. Some of you, you're alone, and this is your family. Some of you are in a financial situation that's not healthy. Some of you are in a great financial situation, and this would be extra. Some of you, everyone's life is different. The question is, why are you doing this? What will you do with the extra 200 a month? What? What will you do with 500? What will you do with 1,000? What will you do with 2,000? What will you do with 5,000? What will you do? What will you do? What will you do with 10,000? And this is obviously USD. What will you do with 20,000? And this is obviously monthly. What will you do with 36,000? And what will you do with 85,000? What will you do? This is the question. And most people, when they start to do this, they start to dream. But what I want is I want the dream to be reality. And how does that happen? It's when you start to write. This is a word that most people don't want to do. They want to type, they want to text, they don't want to write. When you start to write down where this money will go, what will you do with it? When it becomes real, then the work begins. But most people go, okay, I understand this, Muzaffar, because 5 is 50. I jumped to 200. 10 is 200. 25 is 500. 50. So people understand how to get this done. This is simple. There's another part to our commissions that people don't spend time on. And it's never talked about. And I believe it's a mistake that we don't spend time on this. There's a weekly check that would impact a lot of your lives. Can I ask you a question? Would an extra $500 per week help you? Would an extra $1,000 per week help you? That's different than this. So let's talk different than this. Let's cover this up. And let's talk weekly pay. The weekly pay, ladies and gentlemen, is people that you directly introduce that join, and people that your team introduce that join. This is what pays you week after week after week. So what happens is this is called our binary team commissions. So I'll put TC, which are cycle bonuses. And I want all of you, listen, I want to ask you a question again. Is it worth the work to get to this point where every week you have 500 coming into your commissions, or 1,000, and then every month you have a bonus? Is it worth it? This bonus is every month, and this is every week. And the question becomes, how do I get this? How? See, all of you that work somewhere, that have a job, they tell you if you work 40 hours a week and you're earning $30 per hour, you know that's $1,200 per week. You also know what you have to do in these hours. You have to show up on time. You have to be there the whole time. There are things that you have to do. Like my friend Jared, who is a firefighter, he loves it, but in order for him to receive his income, he has to show up at the fire station. And he has to do the work of a firefighter. I've called him many times and he was like, hey, brother, the sirens just went off. I have to go. And I say, brother, be safe and go save lives. May God be with you. Listen, understand something. There is a job description in most people's jobs. What does a teacher do? They show up on time. They put a lesson together. They teach, you know the work. What do you have to do in order to earn this? In order to earn this, I'm going to show you today, okay, what you have to do in order to earn this. Can someone let people in the waiting room in? What do you have to do in order to earn this? It's really simple. And maybe if we can make a couple other co-hosts, just as I know everyone's taking notes. And so this way we got each other's backs. Hold on, I'll do this one. Don't worry, I got you guys. Okay, perfect. So here's what happens is, maybe because I'm the host, other people can't make co-hosts. Maybe that's a problem. Hold on, everyone. Hang tight. Rika, if you don't mind, I'm going to make you a co-host. So this way you can help Shar because she's trying to take notes. And I know you are too. So this way you guys can tag team and help. So let me go back to this, right? Okay, so listen, what do you have to do? Okay, oops, admit all. There we go. What do you have to do the work? So first of all, you have to know how this works. How it works, ladies and gentlemen, is this right here is you. When you have 4 points here and 4 points here. Now, I want you to understand that you're going to hear the word points a lot. Like you hear points here. You hear points with Viago points. You hear points. I understand. So I don't want to confuse you. However, you have to learn that there are different points. So what type of points do we have? Well, we have Viago points. That's for vacations. In the escapes. So Viago points you can use for escapes and in our marketplace for product. That's where you can use the Viago points. Then we've got residual or squared bonus. You guys may have heard of squared bonus. That's the residual. That's another name that we have for it. So I will put residual. There are these points, and that helps you get to 5, and that's when people maintain the 99, which equals 1 point. And some people have the 50, which equals a half a point. Right? So that's points. Now you're hearing me talk about binary points. This comes from people joining. So the launch pack, which is the 450, equals 1 point for these commissions. But right now, we're running a promotion where one launch pack equals 2 points. So forget everything else right now and just stay here with me. When someone joins, it equals 2 points for this commission part, which is team commissions. So when you have one person join, that's 2 points. Someone else join, that's 2 points. Someone here joins, that's 2 points. Someone here joins, that's 2 points. Once you get to 4 points, 4 points, this equals a $50 US dollar commission. But right now, we're running a promotion where it's $100. So for every time there's 2 signups and 2 signups that are new signups every week, this equals 100. And you don't have to bring these people. So I'm going to show you. If this right here is you, and you have an upline, for example, I'm going to use my co-captain of today, Sherry Sharman. So let's say this is you, and Sherry is above you, and Sherry places somebody underneath you. And let's say Sherry sponsored, I don't know, I'll use my firefighter friend, Jared. And Sherry sponsored Jared and placed Jared under you. So I need you to follow me on this. This is you. Sherry sponsored Jared, and Jared goes bananas. And Jared's like, bam, 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 bam. Club 6, done. And you're going, who is this guy? And Jared's like, listen, I'm a firefighter. I go to work, baby. Give me the presentation. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to present. Some people say no. Some people say yes. I'm going to work. I had no's. I had yeses. I got club 6. Jared goes, you know what? I'm going to make sure that the day I sign up is the very first and last time I pay the membership. That's Jared's mentality. Bam. And he finishes club 6. That's what he does, right? That's what he does. Now, you're going, hey, hold on a second. What does this mean? I didn't bring Jared. But can you explain to me, Muzaffar, why I have points? Well, because the system doesn't care how the people got underneath you when it comes to team commissions. Points will be there for you as long as you are active. Okay, we're going to talk about this. So many people lapse on their membership, not realizing that all the points that are here go down the toilet when you are not active. So look at this scenario. This is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So this right here for you is 12 points. This is 12 points for you, and it will stay there forever as long as you are active. Imagine a savings account in a bank that's building and building and building. The only way you lose the money in the savings account is if you go to the bank and say, I want to close my account. And the bank goes, wait. Do you understand? You've got money sitting in the vaults, in the. You know that wheel that you spin, that vault? That's my drawing of the wheel for the vault. I'm not a good drawer, but you've got money sitting in the vault. And you're going, yeah, but I don't understand that. I'm just gonna, and it's like, and the bank owner's going, okay, I don't have to pay this money to you. Are you sure? And you're going, I don't understand, but yeah, okay. And you cancel for a month or two. And then you come back and go, wait. I get it. But you lost these points. Now, let me explain something. 12 points on this side. How do you earn commissions? You can keep these points forever. Jared goes out and finishes 50-50, which is another 100 points and 100 points. So you're now at 212 points sitting over here. Hopefully you understand. 2 points per person, 50 people, 50 people, 50 people. 2 points per person. Remember, simple math. 2 times 50 is 100. 2 times 50 is 100. 200 plus the 12 is 212. Hopefully everyone sees my math. So now what happens? You come to Columbus, Ohio, and you go, oh my goodness, I'm ready. I'm so glad I kept myself active. I'm ready. And we do a presentation for you. And there's 5 people in the presentation. And 3 people sign up. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. How many do you have? 6. So the computer at the end of the week goes, hey, he's taken a withdrawal out of the savings account. Let me turn the vault and open the vault and take out money for you. So how does it work? Well, you have 212 and 6. So we minus 4 and minus 4, which equals $100, and we put that into your checking account. So we move it from the savings into your checking, and you can access that money now. Congratulations. And what we do is we subtract this to 208 and this to 2 points. And you're going, wait a minute. So all I need is 1 more. And this person right here goes out and gets 1. And then this person goes out and finishes club 6. And you're going, I don't even know who this person is, Muzaffar. But now watch, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You got 14 more points. So now you're at 16 points. And Jared's team is going nuts. He added a new 10 signups. So that times 2 is 20 more points. And you're going, oh my God, this is never running out. This is just getting bigger and bigger. Even if I'm spending money, it's getting bigger. So now we sit there and go, hey, how many times does 4 go into here? 4 times. So we're going to minus 16 and minus 16. So this is now at 0. And this is 4 cycles, because every 4 is 1 cycle. So this is 4 cycles. So 4 times 100 is $400. We open the vault and we take 400 and we send it to your checking account, which is your Viago Pay. And we subtract this out, and this is now at 212. So now watch what happens. What happens when you get, instead of 4 cycles, you get to 10 cycles. And now you have 10 cycles. 10 times $100 is $1,000 for the week. And this right here, Jared's going crazy. He finishes up 100, 100. Now you're at like 400 points over here. And you have 10 cycles because your team is now growing and new signups are coming and new signups are coming and new signups are coming. And you're now earning weekly commissions from cycles. And the weekly cycle commission right now starts at 100. It was normally 50. It starts at 100 and it goes up to 25,000 a week. Now, some of you may not have the situation where Sherry places Jared underneath you. Don't sit there and wait for that to happen. I'm just showing you that if that did happen, these points count for you. But understand, in order for you to earn binary commissions, two things: you need to be active and you need to be qualified. Active keeps your points. Qualified allows you to earn commissions. So qualified means you need one left and one right that are active, that you personally enrolled. One left, one right. But if this takes time for you to do, as long as you stay active, the points will go into the vaults and sit there for you, waiting for you to get qualified and then waiting for you to do the work, which the work you guys have heard me talk about is where we make the list, we invite and set appointments, we present, we close and follow up. This is the work. This right here. That's what's going to help you. Now, you don't have to do it on your own. We will help you. But Sherry, I know I've gone heavy because sometimes this is heavy for people. So I'm just going to leave it here for a second as this is sinking in. But I'd love for you to share some of your thoughts, whether it's on comp plan, the work, what we're doing, why they should stay active, what you've seen. I'd love for you to share some information because we're doing this together, and I dove into this, and if I would have stopped earlier, it would have lost people. So hopefully this makes sense. But Sherry, I'd love for you to share some of your thoughts on all of this.
Oh, thank you so much. And I actually requested Muzaffar to do this. I know it's kind of heavy for brand new people to see this if you're not a numbers person, but neither am I. And I just want, the one thing that I want you to understand, Muzaffar was teaching calculus in 9th grade. He was tutoring people. So it makes me feel very comforted to know that he helped, have his input on this compensation plan, because he's put lots of compensation plans together for other companies, but he did it for us. And I've never in my career seen a cycle money of $100. My last company I was in, for the same amount of work, when we would cycle, we only made $35 a cycle. Here we make $100 a cycle. When you look at that, same amount of work and you're getting paid that much more. So if you're brand new, understand you can earn while you're learning here. Most careers you have to go out and go to college, and you have to, take tests, and you have to pay a lot of money to be able to take these trainings. Here, you're getting these trainings for free. We are here to teach and train you because we think long term. We know once you're a diamond, and he hasn't even gone into the check match part of this, that's a whole nother training of where you're making a percentage on every single person that you bring in, who they bring in, who they bring in, who they bring in on their check. So the more money they make, the more money that you make check match. And that's as simple as I can make it. Remember, I was a preschool teacher. I wasn't a calculus teacher. But one thing I love about this is I was making money long before I understood the compensation plan. That is something for you to, if you're like me and you're going, okay, I just understand this right here. Right here. Club 6. I know when I get 6 people enrolled on the membership, I get my membership for free. and I'm going to teach that to all my people. I'm going to help them. In fact, Muzaffar, we need to do another presentation tomorrow. I've been getting chats constantly. People asking me, is there a presentation? Is Muzaffar doing a presentation tomorrow? Because they're so close to Club 6. They're only 1 or 2 away, and they need another presentation. So I know we will set it up. We will put it in all the, the threads out there so that you can invite guests on there, and let's get it done. Let's get it done this month and make it happen. So your story is, and this is an important story. Your first story is the most important story of your career, is I got my 6 and I don't pay a membership. Because a lot of people, their whole thing, they're like, I don't need another membership. I understand it's the ultimate lifestyle membership club, but right now, $99 a month, they don't see that they get a loyalty bonus at the end of the year of 1,000 points, which equals a dollar per point, $1,000, or a week's getaway vacation. They don't understand that yet. They're just looking at that $99 every month going, I can't, I can cut that out. Then they lose their points. I'm spending my whole 2 days, it's just reminding people, just saying, keep your points. That vault, that was a perfect picture. We're going to get this training video. Rika's already told me that she needs this for some of her people that are sleeping in the Philippines right now and around other places in the world that they need to see this. We're going to get this training for you to be able to send to your people that maybe aren't qualified this month, that need to understand that yes, you can take a break, but you lose your points. We don't want you to do that. That was perfection what you just trained on, Muzaffar. It was so crystal clear. And for brand new people, you go, I'm still not crystal clear on it yet. You'll earn while you're learning. So our number one focus right now, and you could sign up today and get your 6 tomorrow. Between today and tomorrow, we can help you make that happen. You just need to make that decision. And, even if it took you a couple months to get to Club 6, it's okay. You know what? You're still getting 100 points. It's more than what you're putting into the business. And I look at it as, oh my gosh, I opened up a franchise with my husband, and, our overhead, when you look at what our overhead is like 25,000 a month, and when you look at that, I didn't even think twice about 99, but I still didn't want to pay it. So Muzaffar, I just wanted to share it with everybody, the value of what you just taught. And it was so crystal clear for me. But I've been in the industry a long time. So if you're looking at this going, how do I do that? Just keep getting people on these calls. We'll let you know what the presentation we're going to do. And there's lots of recordings too. So if you could actually do your own presentation, if you've been around, or get somebody in the upline to help you, because we're all committed. I know Char's working around the clock. Rika's working around the clock. I mean, we're helping people rank advance, and if you're on this call, that is the most funnest part of the end of the month, is helping people go to the next level, reach that bronze. I know, Zuli, you're this close to going bronze, besides Club 6, and she just got started. So it's like, imagine her story of being able to tell people, not only did I go Club 6, I hit the first rank in the company. So that's what we're here for, to help you, celebrate you. Gina, I know you're so close to Club 6. We're cheering you on. We're here to help you every step of the way. She's in the Netherlands. I haven't even met her yet. Yet, guess what? She's coming to Barcelona for the training, and we're going to be able to hug in person. And it's like Char always talks about in real life, IRL. This is what this business is all about. And for all of you on here, welcome to Biago. The reason I got involved in this company is because of this community, because Muzaffar is somebody I love working with, and he is just amazing. But when you get an opportunity to meet the CEO, to see the president of the company on stage and get their vision, you understand this is your company. It's not somebody else's company. Biago is a company that for $500, you get to be a part of something that has the potential of making you a 7-figure income. I don't know how long it will be. There's no guarantees and there's no promises, but it's possible. I don't know what career you're in right now, if it's even a possibility to make a 7-figure income with. And be residual. That word is such an important word. If you've never received residual income, it's the best income in the world. So back to you, Muzaffar.
I appreciate it. And we'll wrap up with this, right? So as we're talking about finishing this month, here's what I want you to know. If all of you have a simple goal right now of Club 6, which, as Sherry said, this is a goal. What happens is some people go, well, there's only 2 days left in August, 2 days left. And I'll tell you right now, there's some people that go, that's hard, that's difficult, that's, and I get it. But remember, I said at the beginning, remember what I said? And some of y'all got a chance to come on late and that's okay. And so I'm going to say it again because it's so important. And I really want us to be careful because once you, and this is what I said at the beginning, once you realize the power of your thoughts, you won't just think anything. You won't. And once you realize the power of your words, you won't just say anything. So before you say anything, think something different. That's all I'm asking right now. Before you say anything, think something different. And lastly, once you realize the power of your presence, do you understand all of you have a presence? You won't just be anywhere. So now let's go to this, okay? To me, I'm not telling you that this has to be done by the end of August. I'm telling you, we want this for you. We want it for you. All of us on the Zoom, we want you to win. Now, if you have no one on your team right now, the hardest thing for most people to do is get the ball rolling. Have you ever heard it's Newton's law? A body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest. When you're at rest, it's hard to get in motion. So let's just get in motion. And if you get in motion this month, what if you get one? What if you get one? You know what's great? Next month, September, you only need 5 because this one that you get for August, this is August. In September, they will keep their auto ship. So that's done. So then you only need 5. In September. In September, let's say you get 3. In October, you will only need 2. Don't be the person that tries to get all in one month. It's okay to do it in chunks. And I want you to understand that it starts with these 2 days. Let us help you get 1 in August. And right now, like I said, there's different promotions. There's different countries on here. So I don't want to make promises when different countries have different promotions. But some of you have some promotions that can help you close up the month. But understand right now, let's help you get 1. Once you get 1, let's get 1 more. So if we can end with 2 in August for you, amazing, right? And as Sherry said, she just promised a presentation for tomorrow, right? So she just said, Muzaffar's doing a presentation tomorrow. She didn't ask me. She just said, Muzaffar's doing a presentation tomorrow. Like, and when someone's your second mom and they say it publicly, you know what's funny is you guys remember being a kid and going, hey mom, can Johnny sleep over tonight? Right in front of him, in front of your mom. And then your mom pulls you by the ear and says, don't ever ask me in front of him again. Fine this time, but you're going to get it. How do you do that in reverse to your mom? Like, how do you go, Mom? I can't pull my mom by the ear saying, don't ever ask me. No, I'm just joking. We're having fun. Of course, we're excited to do the presentation tomorrow. Thank you for committing me, Sherry. It's awesome. I will be there. We will do it tomorrow. Absolutely. And so this right here is what we want to help all of you get done. Okay. We want to help you get this done. Is special. And we got to go to work. But listen, some of you are not active. So can you do this for yourself? Get active today, like now. Get active now. How do you do it? Add your card. If your card is not active, add your card to the back office, and we can make sure that that card gets run. You can call customer service, and they can make sure that the card is run. So how do you add a card? It's really simple. You log in to your back office. Once you log in, you go to your profile, and there's an area right there where you can add your card, okay? And it's under payments. When you click on payments, it will say add, because you may not have a card on file. You have to treat this like, even though it's a membership, you have to think of this like Sherry talked about her business. So I'm going to write down business. Sherry spent 1.5 million on her business. 1.5. And then every month, Sherry, what's your overhead monthly, if you don't mind me asking? I think you just said it. What was it every month?
25,000.
Every month. So monthly, it's 25,000. After she spent 1.5 million, if she does not do this every month, that goes to waste. Her business cannot operate without this. You spent $4.99. This is your business right here. Our goal is to make this free. But right now, you need to keep your lights on. Think of this like a business. You know, I was telling a friend of Mariah's the other day that there is something that's real about this book. This book, Think and Grow Rich, it talks about the differences between wealthy people and average people, successful people and broke people. And it's the words in their brain. It's called the thoughts that are different. So I'm going to tell you something right now. The 3 things that successful people do that most people don't do is they use other people's ideas. You and I were taught never to cheat in school, because if you looked at Billy's paper, you would get in trouble. Here, we gave you ideas today. Columbus will give you thoughts and ideas. Inner Circle gives you thoughts and ideas. You need to be at both. You need other people's ideas, their thoughts. That's what you need to be holding on to in your brain. Number 2 is other people's efforts. Other people's efforts. And I'm telling you right now, that is the difference. Sherry by herself made $11,000 a year. Her own efforts. You know how talented she is, how smart she is, how incredible she is. But the world said she was worth $11,000 by herself. So Sherry said, I'm going to empower other people, build other people, help other people. And the world said, here's $250,000. For building a team. And then she got to the point where she was making that type of money in a couple months. Like, what? Amazing. This is a team. And then other people's money. So I told this friend of Mariah's, I said, listen, I live by these success laws. To me, that was the original name of this book. It was called Success Laws. And the book was like this thick, and he condensed it into a book called Think and Grow Rich. But really, the book is called Success Laws. Laws. That means it's a law that you cannot go. If you break the law, you go to jail. If you break the laws of success, you go to broke. Think about it like that. If you break the laws of your country, you go to jail. If you break the laws of success, you go to broke. That's how my brain processed the laws in this book, the laws. Well, the law was successful people use other people's money, Muzaffar. And I said, that's a law. Oh my gosh. So I made a decision that I will never start a business with my own money. Never, never. I can't do it. I can't allow myself to do it because it's breaking the law to use my own money. So when I maintain my business, I'm using a credit card. I don't use a debit card. I use a credit card. Even if I take my money and pay the credit card off, I still in my brain go, I followed the law. I used other people's money and I paid my 99. But here's the truth. I haven't paid a 99 since I started because my membership's been free. But I'm just trying to give you an idea of laws, success laws. And I'm going to tell you that for me, this is a smart move. And then you use your commission. So I told her, and it's a wonderful friend of Mariah's, and I told her, I said, use other people's money to start your business and then take your commissions, the 600, and pay this off. Now, for those of you, let's get your free done so you don't have to. But if that's not done, use other people's money. Even if you have to pay your card off, that's fine. But if you start doing the little laws, you will start doing the big laws. And I'm going to leave you all with this as we wrap up today, right? Is I sit back and I've said this before. As we're closing out the month, I want you to understand something. That people who do not succeed, they have one distinguishing trait in common. One, they all know the reasons for failure. And they have what they believe to be an airtight alibi to explain their own lack of achievement. Some of these alibis are clever, and a few of them are justifiable by the facts. But alibis cannot be used for money. By the way, I'm reading straight out of the book. I don't want to take credit for something that's not me. The world wants to know only one thing. Have you achieved success? So a character analyst compiled a list of the most commonly used alibis. As you listen to this, examine yourself and determine how many of these alibis are your own property. How many of these are yours? Remember, the philosophy presented in this book makes every one of these alibis obsolete if you follow the success laws. But how many of these have you ever said to yourself when it comes to succeeding? How many of you have thought of these during Viago? How many of you will hear these in your future? If I didn't have a wife and family, then I'd be able to, if I had enough pull, if I had more money, then I'd be able, if I had a better education, then if I could just have better health, then I'd be able to, if I only had more time, then I'd be, if times were better, then I'd be able to, if people just understood me more, then if conditions around me, you don't understand, Muzaffar, were just different, then if I could start my life over again, then I'd be, if I didn't fear what they would say, then if I'd just been given a chance, then if I had spillover like you showed with Sherry, then I'd be able to. If I had a better upline, then if I started earlier with you guys, then I'd be able to. If I had pink hair like Shar, then I'd be able to. If I was as pretty as Sherry, then if people didn't have it in for me, then I'd be able to. If I was born rich, then I'd be able to. And there's hundreds of these alibis. I think you get the point. I think you get the point. And this is the greatest one of them all, if I had the courage to see myself as I really am, I would find out what is wrong with me and correct it. Then I might have a chance to profit by my mistakes and learn something from the experience of others. For I know that there is something that I'm doing. And I would now be where I would be if I just spent more time analyzing those things and have less time with alibis. Building alibis with which to explain away failure is what the world is doing. It's the human race, and it's vital to success. It's time to change. It's time to change. Get rid of those alibis. Stop holding on to those thoughts. All of us are going to go through stuff. It's called being human. And I tell my daughters all the time, you cannot control what happens to you, but you can definitely control what you do after it. You control what happens next. I'm a big fan of a guy named Deion Sanders. They lost yesterday night, and I love listening to him when he loses, and I love listening to him when he wins. And he's positive and confident no matter what. And he says, we're going to be okay. We're going to make it happen. And he believes into where he's headed, and he doesn't focus on where he was. His son just got cut from an NFL football team, got cut. And they asked him, they said, how do you feel about your son being cut? And he said, I talk to my son every day. He's my son. He said, and I'm proud of him no matter what. He said, but what you have to realize is he's going to be okay because we have prepared for this. I made my daughters listen to this yesterday. He said, we've prepared for this. He said, we've prepared for every scenario that's going to happen. He said, you guys don't know it. He said, but Shiloh's going to be okay with or without football. He's a man of many talents with or without football. This is a father who has spent time preparing the mindset. He said he's in a great mindset. He's in a great headspace. And he just got cut from an NFL football team and no one has picked him up. And most people would be depressed sitting on the couch crying about what happened to them. He's prepared his sons for every scenario. Maybe nobody prepared you, but don't use that alibi for staying in a crappy place. Stop using the alibis and start focusing on where we're headed. Remember how we started the training. Tomorrow is a clean slate, and you can do with it as you choose. Come to Columbus. Come to Colombia. Come to Barcelona. Come to Zimbabwe. And let us impact your life forever. Start by making the decision today that you're not going to let alibis hold you down anymore. And we as a community together will help you succeed and win. I'm so proud of you for being here today. And I hope that Sherry and I added some value to your life. And I cannot wait to celebrate your successes as you get to cross stage where we all cheer you on. And whether you go, I need it or not, understand this: your light, your success allows others to succeed. Don't play small. God made you a winner. He makes no junk. You're on this earth on purpose. Now let's go do what you were born to do, and that's to win. Have a great Saturday, everyone. Thank you for being here, and I'm excited to see all of you soon. Much love. God bless for now.
Bye, everyone. Dave, you've got this.